So if you're using Facebook, what you want is to have interesting, engaging content within Facebook, so you get people to share that content out. So they click on like, so they like the content, or they share the content out with their friends, and this virally gets distributed across Facebook. It's so powerful. And blogging is another useful tool as well. And this is a little more time consuming, so you have to invest a bit more time, but it can be useful for a number of reasons. One, you can drive more traffic to your site, because within Google sees you have lots of new interesting content going up, so that's good for your search engine ranking. And it's also then, it's new data, interesting data for people to read, and then also if you engage them with comments and they start sharing all the data, it's quite interesting. This is just another example of a different social media tool. There's all sorts of ones available. But this one is Get Satisfaction, it's called. It's all about customers answering their own problems. So customers answering other customer queries. So the likes of the BBC uses this. So what they do is try and reduce the number of customer support people they have by using this to get customers to answer their own queries. And it's very easy to integrate this into your site. So this is all part of social media as well. This is another one that I just had a look at today. Google are after releasing a new social media product called SiteWiki. What it allows you to do is it allows you to put comments on any web page here. So I just put head along to Venture Networks. It's a positive comment. It wouldn't have to be a positive comment. It could be a negative comment. But anybody can put this, and then people can respond to this. So over time, you'll see that people will have to start installing this and see what people are saying about your website. Now, I deleted that comment afterwards, but it's something that's, social media is just evolving all the time. There's new stuff all the time. We would advise, here's 5 steps really just to how you build a community, because it is about building a community online. So one, listen to the conversation. So there's people online at the moment talking about your product, your service, talking about you, talking about your company. You need to track that information. I'll give you a couple of examples. Google Alerts. If you search for Google Alerts, you can set up a Google Alert which will automatically email you anytime anybody on the web mentions you, your company, your product, your competitor's product, whatever you like. So I regularly get emails where, you know, my name is mentioned or company name is mentioned. Then I'll actually go to where that's mentioned, and it might be positive or negative, but it gives me a chance to respond to it. Or I might do it with competitors. So see if a competitor has been mentioned, and somebody might be saying, oh, that's a good service to use, a competitor, and then I might go in and comment on that. And so it is very useful, Google Alerts, to set up. Develop a strategy. So it's like you're looking at, well, first of all, who is your customer? Who are you interested in engaging? Who's your potential customer online? So you want to engage everybody there. You want to look at what message and what content you're going to deliver. So unless it's interesting, engaging content, there's no point. If you're just going to get online and promote your product or service, people will switch off very quickly. So you need to go, well, what's interesting content? And it might be directly related to your product. It might be something that's interesting to the customers, and you can then provide that on a regular basis, try and engage people, and that will build traffic to your site, either through the social networks or back onto your website. You need to look at where your customers are hanging out online. Are they on Facebook, or are they on Twitter, or are they on Bebo, MySpace? Investigate where they are online, and that's where you target them. And there's customers online in different groups. Say, for example, within LinkedIn, there's specialist groups within certain areas, and this is where you might engage. So you mightn't go near Facebook at all. And then it's just how, in terms of what tools you would use. Develop the relationship. So it's one thing getting people to become a fan of your page, but you need to continue and grow that relationship. And you know, with a relationship, immediately you don't get value, but as you grow and develop that relationship over time, you get value. And that is the exact same with social media. It's a little bit more work at the start, but as you grow and develop that relationship, trust starts building, and then you start seeing the benefits of that sort of trust. Measure it. So then you need to measure in terms of, well, how effective is it? And there's various ways of measuring it. You might measure it based on how much traffic is coming back to your site. So, for example, from your website, you should all have the Google Analytics set up, and you should have an automatic email that comes on a regular basis showing you where all your traffic is And is it going up or is it going down? So every single day I see how much traffic was to my site, what country it came from, what was the keywords that they used to find me, did it come from LinkedIn or Twitter, or did it come from Facebook? And then over time you can see where that traffic is coming, and then you can start investing more time in certain networks if you see that's what is going to be beneficial to you. Improve it, so it's you know, when you get it up and running, you constantly refine and improve, you monitor, you look at your Google Analytics, you look at your Google Alerts. Yes, it is a bit of work, but it's useful. And when you're constantly improving it, then you'll start developing your traffic, and you'll get better at it as well. You'll find out what's interesting. So if you're going through all your content and you go, within Facebook, 10 people clicked on like for this content and nobody clicked on like for the other content. Well, what was interesting about that content? And can I just deliver lots more of that content? So just on a regular basis, monitor and improve it. Dublin City Enterprise Board, just an example of what they're using. They're starting to use video on their sites, engaging, interesting content video. They have it on YouTube and they just place it on their site. They're starting to use online polling, so it's interaction with people, trying to get interaction going. And they're setting up feeds here. An RSS feed is basically people can get that feed directly to their email, so they can get all the news directly to their email, or they can get it within a reader, which allows them to see lots of data in one place. Clarion IFSC, we've done some work with them. We've done some social media training. They started using LinkedIn. They created an event within LinkedIn, and this event, they had 151 people attended the event. They promoted within LinkedIn. There was no expense, nothing, cost them nothing for PR, nothing for advertising. We had 151 people in the room, and they were running that event again. Out of this, actually, lots more events were booked within the Clarion. People are started running training courses. A girl within Dublin City Enterprise Board started running a networking event with it, and that's just running it through LinkedIn. They started using Twitter as well. So, last slide. So, if I say 3 things to take away with you, I know it's a lot of information. 3 things to take away with you. 1, it's all about relationships. So we can talk about all the different tools and all that, but you need to, it's building a relationship with somebody online as opposed to offline. So how would you build that relationship? What's interesting, engaging content you can deliver to them, and then the last, you just pick the tools. So you do a review of the tools available, and you might select 1 or 2 of them and focus on that. You need a strategy in place, so don't just jump in there. I have a strategy, and it's here to stay. So it's not going away. It is going to get bigger. It will save you money. It'll save you money on advertising, promotion, brand awareness, PR, and it's very beneficial to your business. So thank you. Well done.